Let's welcome back Recruiter.com Chairman and CEO Evan Sohn. Great to have you back, Evan. Let's start with this probably most pressing issue for many. What's going on with people getting called back to work, the Elon Musk effect?
You know, my hat goes out to any company that sort of decides what sort of culture they want to create. And I think part of the great reshuffle, as Steve just said, or the great reevaluation is companies get to decide the culture on a going forward basis. And whether it's a bank that wants in person, whether it's a tech company that declares unlimited remote or we're only hiring remotely, and we saw Airbnb talk very publicly about that. I think that the companies are getting to decide the culture that they want to create and the talent that they want to acquire.
But in here, there are signs that when I mentioned Elon Musk thing, but when he says, I want people back in the office now, or else you leave. Are we seeing a similar trend at other companies?
Yeah. So what's interesting is we're now seeing hybrid and in person outpacing remote. So about 20% of the jobs that the recruiters are reporting on in the Recruiter Index are remote only. By the way, pre-pandemic, about 9% of jobs were remote. So we're still much higher than we were pre-pandemic in terms of overall remote jobs. And I think that people are looking for, the word that we're using now, the expression is really job mobility. There's far more mobility for employees today. Steve just said in the survey, I could leave whenever I want and go find, 60% felt that they could leave a job and get another job of equal or greater pay. So there's certainly more mobility now. Companies going either in person or hybrid or that combination.
All right. So overall, what do you think the message is about the labor market? Is it more what ADP reported this morning, which is a slowing, or more what the jobless claims data tell us, which is full steam ahead?
Yeah, we think it's a very tight labor market, and we look at that by the increase in companies looking for recruiters is actually up pretty significantly over the past Recruiter Index. So if companies are looking for recruiters, that means they're having a challenge hiring. We looked at the ADP numbers, and you saw the challenge that the small businesses are having in hiring. But, the question is, were they laying people off, or are they having difficulty finding labor? And we actually believe that they're having a hard time finding labor.
So that is good news, but also bad news, because it suggests that while we're not seeing any kind of recessionary slowing, that the labor market is maybe strong enough that the Fed's going to have to stay hawkish. Final remark here as we look at the changing demand for work. Do you think it's notable that IT and software is still the #1 position where they're looking to fill roles?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised about that myself. I thought that number would have really gone down significantly. There are still lots of companies that are well-funded and that need to find talent, and finding talent in the IT space is difficult. And we've partnered with a bunch of companies doing this on a global basis. These companies need talent. They need high-tech talent, and finding that talent is a challenge. And they're turning to recruiters and other technologies to help them find that talent. So that's probably why it's still remaining very strong.
All right, Evan, thanks. Still feels like a glimmer of good news, even though it adds to our challenges or the Fed's challenges. Evan Sohn, thanks for your time again. We appreciate it.